What is up, guys? Welcome back to Mental Health Gaming. The channel is trying to raise awareness for mental health in the gaming industry and on the internet in general. Apologies for the police siren in the background. Nothing I can do about that, but what can you do? Just black with some Planet Nomads, and I'm just going to do a quick video, hopefully, just how to build a basic flying machine, because I really struggle with it a little bit. I think it needs to be out there if anyone plays this game, as what to do, and just to get something basic out there. So hopefully I've got all the gear I need to do it. And it's a lovely morning / night. I don't know what time of day it is. This is my old hover car, so I'm going to build it over here somewhere, and hopefully I have got enough gear to... oh, sorry, my nose just started itching. Enough gear to make it. So what you'll need first is a... oh god, where is it? Jack. Just gonna do jack first. Oh my god, seriously. Just gonna hide from these cow things. So I'm gonna build it over here. Hopefully it won't chase me down here. So you'll need a jack. Right. In fact, I think it's night time, so I'm just going to go and nap. Get back to daytime, and then it'll be easier to work with. Oops. There we go. So you'll need a jack. And then what we're going to do is get rid of that. So I started with a basic cockpit. So I built the smallest one that they have. I suppose you could build any one of those, but you're looking to balance it, so you need to make it as light as possible. So if you notice, you can't square it on the jack like that, so you've got to put it this way. Okay, you see? And that pretty much squares it off. I'm just going to have to find some glass. And there we have it. Now, big thing that I had trouble with was balance it so it didn't flip over. I've not 100% sorted that out. I don't know if it's possible, but my big issue was balancing the generator with a sleeping pod. Goddamn Rain Man, this is going all wrong. Sound, action, sound. How is that still so loud? There you go. So balancing the generator, which can be anything from that to that, with the cryopod or stasis chamber, which is that. See, that weighs 750. That weighs 1.2, so they're kind of similar-ish, but that only weighs 250. But that's a better form of energy. Anyway, so what you can do, if you've only got the technology for this, which I don't think you'll have you build on a flying machine, but we'll just use an example. God, they're bigger than I remember. You can actually flip them by pressing X. See that? And actually, it does actually snap to there. So you can use that as the basic body, if you notice, but I think it's like a square too big. So what I found better to do was to use a geranium generator, which is far more compact. You see, just center it with X, whichever way you want to center it. I don't even know which way up they go. So you just fill that in. I think it's on the wrong way around, but whatever. So that's basically a starting point. Now what you do now, you could design it yourself differently, but like I said, I had difficulty balancing it. So I just used blocks, and I came out 2 on either side, and if memory serves, 2 at the front, and then I came all the way back roughly to about there. Again, this is just going to be for the example. Oh, the rain's finally gone. It's not going to be 100% to scale because I can't remember 100%, but the flying machine I've got right now is pretty similar. So that's your basic frame, and then I just closed it off like that because I was really struggling to balance the whole machine. Do we fill these in? Yeah, why not? So then we filled all these in. It's actually quite a simple design, which is why I like it. I'm glad them cows have attacked me again. So just fill it all in. I don't know how you balance bigger ones, so I'm just going to have to science that out a bit, which is probably do off stream, maybe, or off recording, because no one wants to see that. Let's just fill these in. Again, I might edit this out or speed it up. Oh, every time I sit down at a computer, my nose goes crazy, man. Yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. So that's the basic outline. So if I was to start this off now, it'd be really top heavy. So I'd fly up, and then once it stopped to where I wanted it to, the height I wanted it to go, it'd flip like that, and then it may flip all the way over, which is annoying. So I needed to counterbalance it. So I already had the weight of the cockpit and that. Actually, how much does the cockpit weigh? What the hell's that? Oh, greenhouse. Cockpit. So that weighs 450. 1 second, guys. Apologies for the sneeze. I couldn't hit mute in time. Yeah. So that weighs 450. That weighs somewhere in the region of 250. So that's what? 800. $700-ish. I don't care. And this weighs 750. So you see how it works. Now I put it that way. I suppose you could put it that way, I guess. Didn't think to do that. I'm out of fabric. Sorry, I just thought I was going to sneeze again. Okay. Oh, I hate allergies, man. I hope that's enough fabric, because I don't have any more, I don't think. It is. And there you go, that's it balanced to a degree. That's 452.50, so that's 3. Math and me don't go. Especially when I'm recording. But I put 2 extra blocks on front for a bit of extra weight. And that's luckily where my switch will go. In fact, when I tried to put it on there, wouldn't snap to the front. Don't know, so I put the switch on there. And now, to get a bit more weight in the front, I put some boxes. Ta-da! And I think that should be relatively balanced. Should be. If it's not, whichever one, when you take off and just let it settle, if it's bowing a particular way, that's the heaviest part, and then you've got to put like counterbalances. But these boxes are quite heavy. See, they're 200 themselves. So what I did to balance it out again was I put more on. This is just for extra storage as well. In fact, it'd be good to have 2 of these machines anyway, just in case one breaks. Let me just try and find out where that other box is. So it's about there, wasn't it? Snapping in this is quite tricky. I've got some frames up here. I do indeed. Now I might not be able to snap the fans on right now. Because they're quite complex. Require some annoying materials, but so air blades, that's the one. I can snap them on, I think, but I maybe not be able to build them properly. So it's about snapping these on. In fact, this might not be fully balanced, but the principle's still there. There we go. Should be one more. Stupid phone. Been silent all night. No one wants to talk to me up until I start recording. Come on. Snapping is so finicky. I'm just making sure that they are as close together as we can get them. Plate? Oh, I might have enough plating. So then we fill these in. It's just saving, so that's why it's lagging. And then we fly around here. 6 left. We're going to run slightly out of plating. Oh, and composite parts. Who knew? Am I totally out of composite parts? Might be. I don't know. Plating's an issue. I made some yesterday though. Hopefully we've got enough to finish these. SC Electronics, really? Ugh. What do they give me? Really? SC Electronics. wish there was like a video out there which taught me how to build like cars and stuff, because it was really annoying. Like, I had a viewer who taught me through it and sent me some images, which the guy was a godsend. He doesn't watch much anymore, but yeah, it was actually absolute godsend, that guy, and really helped me out. So that's how I kind of learned it, but I'm still learning myself, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I am like this great builder of machines. I will continue practicing, but we shall see. I need one more. Can you believe it? Like solar panels, I don't really know how to work those right now. I don't know if it's actually worth it or not. 20 seconds. On this game as well, the sound goes off sometimes. See? Strange. So we're just going to do that. Is this important? Maybe. I shall answer it in a moment. Right. Whee! So this should be a good enough basic flying machine for just scouting around. In fact, I'm going to take that down. Don't really need it anymore. Just for basic scouting. Now, a big thing with these fly machines is the setup of the air blades, which I will take you through momentarily. So what you need to do is you need to get your electricity to the switch, and then how do we move one? Left alt moves 50% of items. I only need one because this is only a show one. So that's now powered. So you need to grab this. It's going to take off in a minute, I can just tell. And I kind of want to be on it whilst it does, so I can get in and... because they're usually set to hover mode. Oh, it might be too heavy, this actually. So they're all set. Let's cancel that. As you can see, everything's working. But when you climb in, press B to zoom out. There's no control, so you need to set everything. Oh, I know why, it's because it's on the jack. So we set all the air blades single ones every time. So I always set them to grounded because it switches them off. And it says set to steering. I'll try and get a different angle. So set to steering, and it brings up those. That is when you press forward, it'll go back at that setting. And that, as you can see, when you press W, you'll go forward. So what you want is that to that, and then that like that, I think. I always get confused. Wait a minute. Yeah, so that way. Okay. You can always check this after as well. So that's right as well. Change direction. Yep. Ground. As soon as you get rid of the jack, and if they're on hover, your thing takes off, and sometimes it just flies away. So I'll just set it to grounded to start. It's just, I find it easier. So you set all these like that. Did I turn that one off? I can't remember. Yep, that's right. we're going to test this in a minute anyway, so it doesn't. If you get one wrong, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world. Okay, that should be okay. Don't know if you can test it on the jack. Oh, you can. Look, there you go. So now every blade moves forward when you press W and back when you press S. Obviously we can't turn right now, but when you get out, the air blades will shut off. I forgot to see that black one over there, so we'll just do that. Right, this is where it becomes a bit finicky for me. I always get confused, but now we set the steering. So what I'm going to do is set them all, so it all comes up in a big maze. So what you do, you set this side to the arrow going outside, so that. Okay. And then this side, you set the arrow going inside. If memory serves. The beauty is if you mess it up, you can go back. So hopefully that should be. If I press A right now, it should go left. See? And then D is right. But there's trouble with this is when you're in the air and you press that, the whole ship will glide to the right and the whole ship will glide to the left, right? But you've got no steering. You can only glide right and left. So you need to alter the back two air blades and set them to the opposite direction. Now this is where I'm going to get confused. So they were in before and that's out, and they were out, so I think they've got to be in like so. And that, as you can see the back two air blades are turning different ways, and that's how you steer. Now the only way to test this is to, it's got night already, the only way to test this is to actually fly. So I guess here we go. Now you got quite a bit of storage on here, and you've got a sleeping pod which is just a lifesaver. What you can do, I'll show you in a minute actually, because I keep getting stuck in particular zones. So this is the maiden voyage. Now that's why I set it to ground. If that was on hover, it'd be hovering right now. So you enter, and you see it's actually slightly out of balance. Look at that, look at how balanced that is. Shouldn't be swaying that much, but you can move forward, left, right, back. What I'm going to try and do is going to try and balance it. I think we should flip it first just to show you what happens. Let me just see what happens when you go up. So space bar's up. So if you just hold space bar, you're usually okay, and let go of space bar. It continues to be stable. And same if you hold control. But what you do, you gotta like slam it into the floor and then jump out. It stays on the floor, and then space again. So it is relatively stable, but what I have forgotten to do is see that can happen again. Anyone who watches this who's played Planet Nomads, feel free to leave a comment on your ship designs or better ship designs and how to balance, because I'm doing this because I'm not 100% sure what to do. So any input would be fantastic. Fantastic. So what I do, I put searchlights on. And usually, what the hell? That goes there. So I put searchlights on. I actually need to upgrade this ship with maybe searchlights underneath, because sometimes the landing's a bit finicky. So I put them there, and then I put a bigger searchlight. Oop. There. I tried to put it on top, but it wouldn't fit. Look. And that balanced it out a lot for me. I don't know why it's so bouncy, this one, but that might have fixed it. Again, what if this like really sways when I take off? I might just put a couple blocks on the back, but we'll see. And there you've got some light at the front. See? Yeah, it's still. It doesn't flip though. My other one's flipped, so I'm kind of happy with that. You've just got to be aware of that kind of lurching forward, and if it does that, just let go of the controls and it will steady itself. So as you can see right now, it is angling to the front. So the front is too heavy. So what you could do, take these boxes off and see what happens, and put the headlights on the blocks at the back here. Take the headlights off and balance it out that way. But what I'm going to try and do is quickly just put two blocks on the back here. If this will fit on actually. Right, well, one thing I really hate about this is this thing. I think it's like 5 blocks across, which is very annoying. So I guess I'll put these here and see if this actually helps with the weight distribution. So just try and take off. I think it has helped a little bit, but not 100%. See how it's still hanging low on the left hand side? But that is how I've built my basic ship. Obviously I'm going to tinker with it in the coming days, but I just thought I'd get this out there right now just in case anyone is actually struggling with it. I mean, I like this design. It's really easy to build, really simple, not a lot of materials, and it works like a charm. I've been using it quite a lot. In fact,
my sensors show you are slightly thirsty. Your hydration secured.
let's just I think I remember why I put this that way. Saving again, just 1 second. I think I was using it as a counterweight. Let's see if this helps. That's far better, look at that. There's still that bobbing, but it's far better. And you can go up further and it'll bob. Now what you don't do is go up and then down, up and down, up and down, like really plan. You're up, you're rising and your descents, ascents and descents. So then you just go down like that, because it will bob. But I just plonk it on the floor like that because I've not figured out how to do anything else with that. So that's your basic ship design. I like it, simple to build. The most complex things are these air blades, but it's simple, it works. There's quite a bit of storage. There's I think 6 pieces of storage, so you can go and explore, and I really like it. Just going to turn it off for now. I think this is slightly longer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it is or not, but again, this is the one I use with all my stuff in. I actually added battery packs there. I actually like adding batteries just in case that runs out. You've got a little bit of power left. I think because it's connected to that, not 100% sure. So anyone watches this video, if you know, I've been told to put them there, but I don't know why. If they're necessary or not necessary, let me know, and do they power the cockpit? But yeah, as you can see, that is my main ship design. It's always on. Such a bad at wasting power. Got 14 things left, so that'll do. I'm actually going to leave some in here. So that's my basic design, guys. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit that like, hit the sub, helps me out a great deal. I like playing survival games and things like that, but also play different games. I play Fortnite sometimes and things like that, so just trying to get the word out there for mental health in the gaming industry, and that is how you build a simple flying ship. I do a tutorial on to build blades, not air blades, these things, can't remember what they're called, because you'll get these before the air blades, hover pads. And I might do a tutorial on cars. Cars are slightly difficult, but hover pads are easier, so we'll see. But that is how you build a simple but effective flying machine on Planet Nomads. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, stay safe, my fellow mentals, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye.